Hello and welcome to something quite new on Australian television. At least the program, Jack High, is new. You could hardly say that about lawn bowls. The grand old game has been with us since the 16th century and its popularity just seems to keep on growing. In Australia, it's one of our largest participant sports, but it's only just beginning to be recognised as a television sport. This has come about through the 1980 World Bowls Championships, staged in Melbourne in January 1980, and ABC Television's coverage of that big event. Well, for the inaugural series of Jack High, we've brought back to Melbourne many of the stars who emerged at those championships at Frankston, and now I'd like you to meet them. Voted Personality of the Championships at Frankston, Mal Hughes, a member of England's World Championship winning team this year. Alongside him, Melbourne's John Snell, single silver medalist behind the great David Bryant at both the 1978 Commonwealth Games and the 1980 World Titles. From Queensland, Keith Poole, who skippered Australia's triple and four at Frankston. From Hong Kong, Philip Chok, a gold medal winner in international competition, a feat also achieved by Philip's mother, John Murtagh, currently singles champion of New Zealand and a member of that rare bowling breed, a left-hander. Alf Sandico from South Australia, who led for Australia's gold medal winning pair at Frankston. And skipper of that great combination, Peter Rubin of New South Wales, who was also toured with an Australian rugby union team back in the 1950s. And finally, Alex McIntosh of Scotland, who's won medals at the last 3 Commonwealth Games and the last 2 World Championships. In a moment, Rubin and McIntosh meet in the opening match of what will be a 15-match series in Jack High.
Up for who goes first. It is Alex McIntosh of Scotland, and his identification discs on his bowls are blue and white discs, while those of Peter Rubin's are red and green. Alex McIntosh from Scotland belongs to the New Battle Club, some 15 kilometres south of Edinburgh, whilst Peter Rubin comes from Ryde, a northern suburb of Sydney, New South Wales. Now we're off. The first end, nearly a full-length jack. The length of the green is 40 yards, and the jack has to be no nearer the ditch than 6 feet at the start of the end, whilst on the first end the mat is 6 feet from the rear ditch. They've got a very good length with their first bowl. Playing under international bowling board laws, allowing them to follow the bowl to the head if they so wish, like the current Australian law, which prevents them going more than 8 metres from the mat after they have delivered the bowl. We've been changing his hand, finding his block somewhat with the short bowl of McIntosh. Trying to get near that jack. Has he got it? Yes, he has, and that is the shot. The title of our programme, Jack High, level with the jack. That is at 9 o'clock from the jack, Rubin's red and green bowl at this point, nearer than McIntosh's nearest bowl. Can either promote his short bowl or rest, dislodge that Jack High bowls Rubens. Looks a shade wide. But wait. Try and remove it just that shade wide, and at this moment, Reuben lying with one shot. Third of his 4 bowls. This way. Shade wide, shade heavy, but the back bowl, just in case that Jack is disturbed by Macintosh with his last bowl. Pushes it back too far, well, that back bowl there of Rubens is very useful indeed. Years old. Last chance. So he's going to get Rubens bowl direct. Is he going to promote his own? No, just a shade too narrow. So Reuben at this point, that was his last bowl to go, like one shot. He's going to be drawn shot to score 2. Voting his own? No, I don't think it's sufficient. No. Yes, at this point, one shot to Reuben.
One.
Checking. I'm going to measure to see if that bowl he promoted is that shade here, the Macintosh's closest bowl. So, I'm going to see marker, signal one shot, yes, it's first in, one shot to Peter Reuben.
Pool leads 18-12, and we're on to the 24th end, and we see Sandico playing his first bowl, and he's a lovely line, but he could have done with a couple more feet. So, Cedric, being down in the depths of despair, we're still in business. 3 shots on game. Oh, there's Phil.
There's the number 1. Look at that. What a bowl.
Phil just won't let up. Forced to change his hand is Sandico because his own bowl is now 4 feet short. Now, and he's well overweight with this. This could just about go into the ditch. Yes, it's gone.
Keith Paul coming up to have a look at this head, just to see how far his bowl is away from the jack. Yes, it's only about an inch, 2 inches away. Remember, he just wants 3 to win this title. 18-12 in his favour. Drawing a toucher with his first bowl on this, the 24th end. Here's his second bowl on the way. Just a shade heavy. Good bowl there just behind the jack, just in case there's going to be an upshot here from Alf Sandico.
Another great insurance bowl from Phil, because should that shot bowl be touched very hard, the jack would naturally come back to his back bowl. So Sandico well and truly behind the 8 ball.
Reaching. Is he reaching? No, he's not. He's fallen there a yard short.
could be second shot, but it's still a long way away.
Here comes the third bowl here from Keith Paul. This could well be number 2. Yes, it is. There they are. The 2 shots there for Keith Paul, all both within 6 inches of the jack. Now Alf Sandicoe.
But he's got another bowl.
He's got Keith. Well, both have got one more bowl. This is Alf Sandicoe's last. If he doesn't do anything with this, and Keith Paul can draw another shot. Here comes this third bowl from Keith Paul, coming up and drawing a beautiful second shot there to give him 2. And Alf Sandicoe, looking at this head, realises his opponent has got a back bowl as well, so he can't drive at this. But he's got to get rid of those 2 bowls, because his nearest, as we can see there at about 1 o'clock, is a yard away. And seeing how skillful Paul is drawing, he could easily get another third shot within there and win the match.
And don't forget, one of those bowls is a toucher.
Indeed. Well, Sandicoe sets himself. Drawing as close as he can to this jack. Well, that's his nearest bowl. It's about 2 feet away, and now Keith Paul, the opportunity to win this title, line 2, if he can draw a third shot nearer the jack than Alf Sandicoe's nearest bowl. Well, he's home, leading 18-12, line 2. Wants one more. This bowl could well do it.
He's got nearly 2 feet to draw it, Cedric.
Yes. It's
Good,
on
good
its
grass.
way.
Onto his own bowls.
Here it comes.
This is the game, a magnificent shot by Poole. He won the tournament. What a bowl.
Great game of bowls here between Keith Paul and Alf Sandicoe. Keith Paul of Queensland defeating Alf Sandicoe of South Australia by 21 shots to 12 in this final match of Jack High. There it is, 3 glorious bowls from Keith Paul, a great winner of this Jack High series.
So victory in the inaugural Jack High tournament to the Little Wizard from the West Caloundra Club in Queensland, Keith Paul. The loser, great in defeat, great through 4 victories prior to the final, from Maitland in South Australia, Alf Sandicoe. Alf, you picked the wrong one to lose.
Yes, I'm afraid I was the wrong one, but I've had a great carnival here, and I congratulate Keith very much on winning this tournament, and he was too consistent.
Was your form down a little on the first 4 games?
Possibly, I'm not going to say my form was down, but he kept the pressure on, and when you got the pressure on, your form does go. And but I tried to give him a good game, and I hope that he enjoyed it as much as I did.
Thanks very much, Alf Sandicoe. Keith, you picked the right one to win.
Yes, Tim, it was a good one to win.
Your form was up to everything you expected?
Well, I thought that game, possibly I struggled just a little bit with the weight of the pace of the green. I was fortunate, I think, to just have that 3 or 4 points lead on Alf, which let me play a bit more confidently, and I think that was the main part of the win.
You've been very modest about your singles play, and in fact last night in the clubhouse you told me that you feel there are better singles players in Queensland than you. How do you feel about your form now?
I must be a better singles player than I think I am.
I don't think anyone's going to argue with that. The winner of Jack High, Keith Paul. I'd like to acknowledge the presence at our presentation of two gentlemen who have been of great assistance to the Australian Broadcasting Commission in this major production. The President of the Australian Bowls Council, Mr. Percy Barnes. And also the President of the Moorabbin Bowls Club, Mr. Bert Penwoy. And I'll use this opportunity to thank once again all the members of the Moorabbin Bowls Club who have got right behind Mr. Penwoy and done such a magnificent job for us all. And now to present the first Jack High Trophy to Keith Poole, the General Manager of Mazda, Mr. Ray Baxter.
Thank you, Tim. Mr. Barnes, Mr. Penway, ladies and gentlemen. We at Mazda are delighted with the opportunity to be involved with the first Jack High series, and we would have to admit that their standard has been extremely high, and we are very proud of that association. It gives me great pleasure, Keith, if you would like to come forward, to present to you this painting as the winner of the Jack High series. Congratulations, and truly a great performance of bowling.
Thank you, Ray. Ladies and gentlemen, well, it is a great thrill for me to have won this inaugural tournament. It's always a good one to win the first one because no one else can do that. But it's been a great tournament right through. It was wonderful to have our overseas bowlers with us. I think the great sportsmanship displayed right throughout the week, over the weeks of this tournament was really outstanding. And well, I would like to congratulate Alf Sandercoe on the great fight that he put up in the final. And Alf never stopped trying, and he got as many as I wanted him to get at any rate. Anyhow, thanks very much. It was a great tournament, and all the best. Thank you.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of our company, we would like to present to Alf and to all the other members who participated, both from overseas and from Australia, a memento of this first tournament. We're delighted to have you with us. We trust that you enjoyed yourselves. Thank you for coming. And to you, Alf, congratulations.
To Ray, ladies and gentlemen, I'm certainly thrilled to have participated in this tournament, and I would like to thank the supporters, Mazdas, very much for this lovely trophy that has been given to every participant in the tournament. Once again, I must say congratulations to Keith. He's the oldest. He deserves to win it. And all I can say is thank you very, very much.
Well, that's the first Jack High tournament, the tournament for 1980, and I'm sure a lot of people are hoping it won't be the last. So for the final time, from the Moorabbin Bowls Club in Melbourne, we bid you farewell.
Very important bowl this for Hughes. He's 3 down, and this is his last bowl. He likes it. John Snell applauds it. 3 down. Is it the shot bowl?
Well, Snell has an opportunity here. If he can remove that bowl of Hughes, he could be 4 shots. There it is, the red and yellow disc one at 9 o'clock from the jack. It would appear appear to be the shot of his opponents. Snell now going to try, no doubt, to remove it.
Played on the backhand.
He's got to be fast because he's got some opposition bowls short of him there. He's got to get inside them, and he's going to drive at this. He's got it.
Oh, what a great bowl. He's made 3 shots.
Here comes this drive again from John Snell, just to catch the side of that opposition bowl, removes it, and it gives himself definitely 2 shots. And now they're looking to decide which is the nearer after 2 have been removed. Snell measuring his own bowl, the green and yellow disc one. Using this telescopic measure. Now he goes over to his opponents. And it is 3 to John Snell, so after 4 ends, he leads by 4 shots to 2.
Playing the forehand. Certainly not afraid to take grass down, going to the southern end. Working home now, but I don't think it'll come in far enough. The green is only running 13 seconds. Hughes has got a lot less green going down. Could have a pretty good bowl here. Starting to come home now. Look at it. Great bowl, Mel Hughes. There isn't any doubt in my mind that Snell has changed his grip and his stance since World Bowls. Look at that run away. Hughes again has made 2 shots. Still plenty of room there by the same token, because that last one's well over 2 feet away. Now he's got better green this time. How's his weight? Starting to move in now. Weight looks good. Weight looks good. Ball over. Could be the shot. Great ball.
Hughes coming up to try and dislodge that nearest. Is he catching the jack? Yes, he is.
Now Snell is 2 down because of that bowl having been shifted. Could only be 1 down, but I think it could be 2. So Snell is going to have another drive. Most unusual in single games, but when you are as good a bowler as Snell is, and as good a driver as Snell is, see what I mean? See what I mean? 2 down to 3 up. And now what a lot of pressure on this bowl from Mel Hughes. Got to keep it in the boundary. Get as close to the ditch as he can without losing his bowl. He's well out onto the other rink. Will it draw enough for him? Has he got enough weight? Still running on. Great bowl, Mel Hughes. You've drawn the shot from 3 down to 1 up.
a look at this last drive from John Snell to alter that hit completely. Here he comes, contacts the jack, takes it over into the ditch. A wonderful drive there. But nevertheless, with his last bowl, Hughes got the shot and trails by 3 shots to 4. Number 6 about to start. Now Hughes trailing his opponent John Snell by 3 shots to 4. Looking to come up with the backhand, but falling short by some 2 yards. Snell's first bowl, coming round the forehand, hoping to get round his opponent's bowl, but contacts it. So both bowls some 5 feet away from the jack. Making sure he was up, that one finishing some 2.5 yards through, and now feeling that he's blocked on the forehand, John Snell electing to come on the backhand. He's got 5 feet. And he's done it. Good draw shot roll there from the Australian. His own bowl, coming up, trying to rest up against his opponents, but just passing it. Brave try there, good weighted bowl after his first 2 poor ones, but Snell still lying 1. There they are, behind the head, both of them pretty well jack high. Snell. It's a shade wider, taking more green with this bowl. Here it comes, it's gradually curving in. And a good weighted bowl, just a shade wide. Still Snell lies 1 shot. Last chance here for Al Hughes. To make contact with the green and yellow bowl of Snell's, and does it, and lies 2 shots. Well bowled. Al Hughes from Hartlepool in County Durham, the northeast of England.
Wouldn't be at all surprised to see another drive here to get rid of both of those bowls. He's had 2 successful drives as he asked the teammate to get 3 in a row. Great try.
1 out. Hughes lies 1 shot. So after 6 ends, the scores are level.
Ends 7 and 8 produced more seesawing, with Snell taking 1 shot and Hughes 2.
Al Hughes leading his opponent John Snell from Melbourne by 6 shots to 5. Playing to a jack some 33 yards away from the net, and that is not a bad start. Only finishing about a foot short on his forehand. John Snell following it, hoping to get closer to the jack than that bowl. A bit of a sweep on that hand where the bowl will swing across, and that hand is on occasion just a shade too heavy. Good bowl here from the Englishman. There's number 2. And Snell. It's a shade more green than his first bowl. Knowing that the bowl will swing in as it comes to the end of its course. And here it comes. Could well be the shot. In fact, Mal Hughes is asking the marker, Sam Murphy, what the position is.
The holding shot. That ball is slightly behind Jack. Second shot.
There's the answer. Hughes is lying the shot and Snell's bowl is slightly behind the jack, so rightly so, he comes up in the forehand and is hoping to rest that bowl and push it even further away.
There's the bowl of Hughes coming in the forehand, trying to do. He's inside it, could rest it out. What a beautiful bowl. That is a magnificent bowl from Mel Hughes.
Well, on this end, Ian, you'll agree that the Englishman has certainly found his length and the green. He's got 3 excellent bowls there, all within about 15 inches of the jack.
Just wondering about a Snell drive. Yes, you can back it in. When you see Snell swing like that, he's getting ready for a drive. Now he's had 3 drives, 2 3/4 way successful. Down the line.
Well,
A bit of 2 of them. Yes, that's a pretty successful bowl. He was 3 down, now he's only 1 down.
And you don't blame a chap for driving when he's in that position. So often do we find bowlers will drive indiscriminately, and as they often say in that case, well, it takes an artist to paint a picture. Any fool can come along and tear it up. Well, here I think that Snell was right in driving at that knot, because he couldn't have drawn a shot, because all those bowls are far too close. Now, if you can, with your 4th bowl, Mr. Hughes, if you can do what you did with the other 3, you could well get 2 shots here, but we've got a bit wider. And to turn in time. Now he got a good length, but as we see, it's a long way away from the jack.
Snell going to drive again. Now he's going to draw by the look of his feet on the mat. Because if he drove and took his own bowl out, he could be 2 down. Oh, he's swinging his hand. He's on the other side of the mat.
I think he's going to have a go at this, because if he does get it out cleanly, he would then lie the shot. He's been successful every drive so far in this match. Here we go again.
Got it.
Yeah.
What a great bowl.
And but the jack's come back.
The jack's come back. John Snell is the shot. And Mel Hughes applauds a great drive, because Snell was unlucky that the jack hit the back of the ditch and came back. Otherwise he would have had at least 2 shots. But a great drive. After 9 ends, it's tied up 6-all. End number 11. And Hughes has got away to a break of 8-6 in favour of Hughes, playing this forehand, which he's played so well on the first few ends of this match. Another one, about 18 inches away. Snell playing the same forehand shot. Snell has been wide on previous occasions, and this is no exception. He's far too wide. And a bit heavy too. Could have done with 4 foot less weight there at least. Now Hughes on this familiar squat. His white cap. Beautiful green again. Looks a pretty good bowl. Home she comes. Picks it up. Great bowl. Nell Hughes. Because the jack has been shifted some 18 inches away from the centre line, Snell was forced to change his line of direction. He's having a pretty good chance of doing it too, and there's a great second shot for him. This could well give him a chance with a later bowl to have a drive, seeing he's now got second shot.
Now, short of Jack High.
Question, was it Jack High? He said no, just forward of Jack High. And for the benefit of our interested viewers who just don't know what Jack High is, it means if you're level with the jack across the rink, you put a ruler across it and extended it out and you were level with the jack with your bowl, that's what we call Jack High. And look at this great bowl of Mal Hughes again. Oh, but he's left that very inviting look that Snell will drive. There's a swing of the arm. Before he's going to miss one. This time. I think you'd agree, Cedric. I don't care who the bowler is in the world. There's no way you'll get every drive you go for.
Oh no, we're not machines, are we? So, it looks as though Mal Hughes is lying 2 shots here. Who can increase this lead, leading at the moment by 8 shots to 6. Lying 2 here, he's got 1 opportunity now to make it 3 shots.
I think he's looking for a back bowl, isn't he?
Yes, because he realises that Snell has another shot, another bowl to go. There it is, there's the protection.
Great bowl.
That is an excellent bowl, just finishing inches from the ditch. So here's the last chance for Snell to get out of this. Difficulty, 2 down. Missed with the last drive, previous bowl. He's got it that time, but he trails the jack back and he goes back to that bowl that Mal Hughes put there, his previous one. There it is. So, after 11 ends, Mal Hughes leads by 9 shots to 6.
Mal Hughes drawing and playing very well, forcing Snell into driving, and he's giving the crowd a great exhibition of driving. Well, Mal, you've put a bad one down there. 2.5, nearly 3 feet offline for a start, and about best part 4 or 5 feet short at least. The game getting towards the halfway mark, remembering it's 21 up. And Snell trailing by 3. Has played a pretty good shot here. Beautiful line, look at that, right on the line. Mal Hughes has got to correct that bad mistake he made in the first bowl, and he's done it pretty well. Well, has he done it pretty well? What a magnificent bowl from Mal Hughes. Shot, and he's just under it. What a great try, what a magnificent try.
In so doing, pushes his own nearest bowl further away, giving Hughes the opportunity now of getting a second shot if he can draw this one within a foot of the jack. Looks as if he's doing it. There it is. There's number 2 from the Englishman. Once again, Snell in strife. He's getting out of it on numerous occasions with his accurate driving. He's going to do a draw shot, just a little overweight, in the hopes of collecting the jack and just pushing it through to his own short behind bowls. He's got it, but he didn't hit it cleanly. He just pushes it on to that bowl of Hughes.
Couldn't have played that shot any better. He had to get the jack, but it jammed against the bowl of Hughes. And he had 2 receivers waiting for it.
No doubt Hughes has noticed those 3 bowls behind the jack of his opponents, and if you could put one amongst them to prevent Snell from getting a score, should he pick the jack up cleanly, it would be to his advantage.
You're a bit narrow, Mel, but if your weight's good, it'll give you a chance to stay in. He's holding 2 shots. Now Snell's... He has a great chance if he can play that same shot as he did with the previous one, and I don't think the bowl would jam this time. The jack would jam on the bowl. He's only going to trail it. Well, 2 feet, you make 4 shots. Well, I say only got to. Well, it's going to be a perfectly placed bowl with the right weight. He's got to reach the head to give it a chance. 4 or 5 feet over the weight. Wide, I think, at that pace, he's going to collect the front bowls.
Using it, not slight enough.
So after 12 ends, 2 shots to Mel Hughes, he goes out with a very handy lead. It's 11-6.
Of those 12 ends, well, Mel Hughes has won 8 of them. It certainly is playing extremely well. Snell getting out of danger by accurate driving, and look at this, here's the start of end number 13, and a toucher straight away by the Englishman. Here's some of the opposition, Philip Chock and his wife Jenny looking on. We'll see Philip Chock later in this series representing Hong Kong, and on the mat we see a drive coming with his first bowl from John Snell. And he's got it. What a shot.
So it's all square, no bowls on the green at all.
The toucher of Hughes in the ditch. Still counted a live bowl. How's he going to try and replace it? That is his endeavour, and how's he going? Not too bad. Shade short, only about 15 inches. So, John Snell now electing to draw this. Not much of a target drive with that one. 15 inches to get the shot. And what a bowl it is. That is a good ball. Having had a drive with his last bowl and then having to adjust the weight to do a draw shot. That is good bowling.
Mel Hughes is in a very good position. He's got a toucher in the ditch, which means it's still live because it hit the jack. You can see by Mel Hughes' attempt to try and get this jack into the ditch.
Oh, he's hit it the wrong way.
Now he's got 2 touches in the ditch, but the jack is a long way from them. I would say the best part of 8 feet. So Snell's got a paddock to draw the shot.
The marker just getting a marker to put onto the bank to show the players where the jack is in the ditch. And now it's going to be the person who can get nearest to that jack without going into the ditch to remain on the green, within the confines of the green. And is Snell's bowl coming back? Yes, it's just over. And that is the shot. And now Mal Hughes got one bowl. He's electing to go up onto his backhand to swing inside the short bowls. And he's coming inside. Now has he got the weight? Steady, steady. Oh, it's gone in. So that is a dead bowl. Moved from the bank, or onto the bank. Now Snell line one. Trying to make it two. There's another good bowl from the Australian. Oh, good length bowling that. He only had about 6 inches to play with. Otherwise it would have gone into the ditch. That is the completion of that end, and 2 good bowls there from John Snell. Let's have a look again at that drive from Mal Hughes, slicing the jack unfortunately, and the jack going right away to the other side of the rink, allowing Snell to draw 2 shots.
On the 14th, Mal Hughes' immaculate draw shots earned him another 2 shots, as Snell, a notoriously slow starter, was getting into his stride.
So here we go with the start of end number 15. Mal Hughes from England with the red and yellow discs on his bowls, leading his opponent John Snell from Australia with the green and yellow discs by 13 shots to 8. And that is not a bad start, just finishing about a yard through. John Snell, bank manager from Melbourne. Trailing, as I say, by 8 shots to 13, looking for some hidden reserves now. Woefully short by Mal Hughes. He hasn't got a bad green, but falling some 6 feet short there. Still does Snell persist on this forehand. He had an open hand on his backhand, but he's going to try and get round this short bowl of Mal Hughes. He's rounded, I think. Here it comes. Here it comes for number 1. Will surely make Hughes change his hand. And it's on its way, on his backhand this time. Steady. Meeting the jack? No, just missing it and going through. Australian. Exactly the same as he did with his last bowl. It'll be another shot. Yes, and there it is. That's consistent bowling. 2 bowls finishing exactly in the same position. This is Hughes' last chance. Running rough, this bowl. He's certainly a comedian on the green. That one, no way will that come into the picture. So, Snell certainly got the advantage on this end. Hughes talking to the spectators. Now sitting down amongst them whilst waiting for his opponent to deliver his last bowl.
To make 3 shots here. Got the green again. How's his weight? heavy, do you think? Oh, great bowl.
He's got the 4. And that brings him right back now. And he now only trails by 1.
Starting the 16th end. Snell, having scored a 4 on the 15th, brings him right back into the game. He trails by 1, 12 to 13, remembering that they play up to 21. Snell using the familiar Australia colours of gold and green on his bowls, and there's a pretty good starter. Sam Murphy, the marker, gets out the chalk. He's only a couple of inches in front of the judge. Yes. 4 inches, I think. The marker has replied to Mel Hughes. The Englishman, great personality. I think he's narrow this time. You'll see his bowl with the disc has got red and yellow on it. Cut across the head, beautifully weighted bowl, and that's what we call jack high. It's level with the jack, even though it's 6 feet away or 4 feet away or 3 inches away, it's still jack high. Shot. He's starting to put the pressure on Hughes now. Oh, now, for all the boys, he left this open. It's as open as the Sydney Heads, as we say here in Australia. There's an on shot coming up with Mel Hughes, but has he got enough green? He'll lose the bowl because he wanted to play through it, but it was not a well-delivered shot. And he's getting himself into trouble now. Another one of those, Johnny, you've let yourself down. This is not a good bowl. He's mad with himself.
He should have been behind the head there, or else got another one into it to make Mal Evans think, well, do I drive or draw as near as I can? But he's given the opportunity to have another drive at this. I guess he's contacted something here. Oh, he's got 1 out. So there's the solitary Snell bowl there, nothing else down within 4 feet of the jack, and both men have 1 bowl to go.
Snell's got to find nearly 6 feet on that bad bowl of his. He had 2 beautiful bowls in, one which was removed by Mel Hughes. And let us see if he can correct that. Got the green all right. The weight certainly looks a lot better. Big leans on his own bowl, pushes it to the back, and that's what he wanted. 2 good shots there. Now, what will Mel Hughes do? Will he go again for it? Yes, he is. He was unsuccessful his first time, was successful with his second. And I think he's missed with this, so Snell will get 2 shots, and after the 16th end, Snell has hit the front. He leads 14 to 13.
Clearly, it was Hughes' drawing power against Snell's driving. But on the 17th, the Australian couldn't stop the Englishman from taking another shot.
Beautiful throw. As we start the 18th end, Mel Hughes, John Snell, locked in battle. All even at 14 each, up to 21, remember? Mel Hughes playing his backhand, and a little bit narrow, a little bit short, 2'6" maybe. He's going to force John Snell, I have no doubt, was going to play his forehand. He's forced him onto the backhand. And coming up to the 1 or 2 vital ends of the game. Now a break at this stage of the game. 1 or 2 shots would be a tremendous advantage. Snell has a bit better green. His weight a little over unless he picks the jack up, which he did shift, and he's made his own bowls.